Hey there guys, and welcome back to Hursty Games, and welcome to what is hopefully going to be the start of a small couple of little videos that I'm going to piece together that you guys want to see and have a bit of an influence on, but I'll get to that in just a minute. Basically, I'm going to start my opinions and some of my players that I'm putting forward for the FIFA 18 ratings refresh. Now, I'm sure most of you who have played previous FIFAs will know what this is all about, but for those of you who don't, I'm going to catch you up. So basically, sometime normally in the winter period, so we're now in January, we're nearing the end of winter. They normally do what is like the winter upgrades is what they used to call it, but now it's called the ratings refresh because actually they do upgrade and they also downgrade some players. And basically in this video that I'm doing today, I've picked, I think it's 6 players just from the Premier League because it's the league that I know the best. I haven't had to do too much research because a lot of the stats I kind of knew and stuff already, but basically I picked 6 players that I think are due refreshing of their ratings. So EA will go, right, you know what, we predict this guy to say be 82, but actually he's playing like an 84, so we'll bump him up to an 84, for an example. So as I said, some players do get downgraded, but I haven't done any downgrades today. So far, I've just done upgrades. If you want to see downgrades, then do let me know because I will happily do that. I'll happily put that into a video as well. But also, if you want to see other leagues, say for example, you're a fan of the Calcio or the Eredivisie League or the Championship, whatever, and you want to see my opinions for players that should be upgraded and or downgraded, then let me know. Leave those in the comments and leave a like on the video. But for now, let's jump into the 6 players I have picked for upgrades. Okay, so to start us off, I've gone with a player that is big, already high rated, but is absolutely taking the league by storm, and that is Kevin De Bruyne. So his normal 89 card, I would say, is going to get bumped up to a 90 rated, as you can see on the screen here now. Got it in front of me. So basically his stats, what I've done is I've upgraded it to what his current 90 in-form rating stats are. The 90 you can see is now a 91, so I upgraded it to his Team of the Group Stage card. And his 92, I've made a prediction of what those stats would look like if his Team of the Group Stage card was bumped up to a 92. So that's kind of the general gist of all of these cards so far. I mean, he's been really, really good, averaging 74 passes a match, which is quite impressive in the grand scheme of things anyway. I think he's in like the top 5 of passes in the league, or like passes per game. 41 tackles for what is more of an attacking player is actually really, really impressive as well. He's really doing a good job of sitting just a little bit deeper than normal and allowing the likes of David Silva to push forwards. But 6 goals and most importantly 9 assists shows that he is making a big, big impact. 15 goals he's contributed towards in the league so far, and a lot more chances that have either been missed by himself or by teammates that he's trying to set up. So I think De Bruyne is a definite shout for a potential ratings refresh and upgrade to 90 rated. So the next player, a little bit of a tricky one, a little bit controversial, not because he doesn't deserve it, because my God, does he deserve it. If anyone deserves it, it is this guy. But I'll explain the slight controversy in a minute. But anyway, we're going on to Harry Kane. Now, I have bumped him up to an 87 rated card. He could even go to an 88 with how well he's playing and how many goals he's scoring. 18 goals in the league so far is absolutely incredible. So massive well done to him. But 87 rated I bumped him up to. So the general standards is I bumped him up to the rating obviously of the card before him. The only controversy is his Player of the Month card might not get an upgrade. Now, I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how it kind of works and how the logistics kind of follow. But I've done it as if his Player of the Month would get an upgrade. So there's the potential, but don't quote me on that because there is a very high chance that he won't get an upgrade. Because I know in previous ones, like basically non-tradable cards don't always get the upgrade. So because obviously the Player of the Month, there is no way to get a tradable version of that card, he wouldn't get one. It's the same with things like footies, for example, or maybe like the Footmas cards or the Halloween cards. It's very unlikely that those cards would get an upgrade because they're like, actually the Halloween ones might. I take that back. The Halloween ones might do potentially because you could pack them or buy them on the market, whereas the Footmas ones, you can't. Hopefully you get the gist. I'm kind of mixing my words a little bit. But regardless, this card at any point looks crazy. His 90 rated inform, I could have pushed the shooting up. I didn't. I'm not really sure why. I didn't. But a 90 rated Kane looks absolutely incredible. And if he gets a Team of the Year, but he'll get a Team of the Season, I reckon, if he keeps up the form he's in. But if he does get a Team of the Year, we're looking at quite possibly a 99 shot power or shooting, stat Harry Kane. Now, that is obviously also slightly dependent on whether he gets the upgrade. So 99 potentially shooting on a Harry Kane would absolutely be incredible, and the Team of the Year would have 80 plus pace, so this card would really be something incredible to try and use. But I think Harry Kane absolutely in with a shout. As I said, 18 goals, got himself an assist, an average of 19 passes per game as a striker, not too bad because you're the one getting given the ball, and even making 12 tackles. A lot of these stats, as you know, are kind of for the general, are all around, because I've got some defensive players in here as well, but I kind of just picked the main 4 stats that kind of jump out at me. But anyway, on to player number 3. Player number 3, a little bit more controversy here. Again, not because he doesn't deserve it, because I really do think he deserves it. We have Jesse Lingard. The controversy being, number 1, will he go up by 4 ratings? I bumped him up by 4 ratings because A, he is playing out of his skin in comparison to a 78 rated card. So he is absolutely running the show for Man United, especially at the moment. And I do genuinely think that does deserve an upgrade. Maybe to 80 or 81, but I've gone to 82 because it would then impact his informs. Because obviously if he only goes to 81, his informs and special cards and stuff don't go up because they're not affected, if that makes sense. But I think he should also be converted to a cam. That's where he's playing. That's where they're getting the most out of him. So an 82 rated Cam Lingard. That card on its own, not even the special versions, will be ridiculous. For a short period of time, you're probably looking at like 20, 30k on that. 88 pace, 88 dribbling, 80 shooting. Again, I took that from his 82 currently rated inform. So that's my predictions. Last bit of controversy. As I said before, will his Footmas card get upgraded? Probably not. That probably won't happen. Again, I've done it just because I want you guys to be able to see it and kind of see what it would look like if it did, but I don't think it will. So again, none of these players are guaranteed to get ratings refreshes. These are just my opinions, but that's something specifically to note. Player of the Month cards and Footmas cards probably won't. But regardless, that inform looks disgusting as well. If the Footmas card does get the upgrade, it's also looking pretty tasty, looking like a nice card to use. But 7 goals, 4 assists, really, really good for a young English player coming through the ranks in a big, big team like Man United. To run the show there means you're doing pretty well. 15 tackles, again, an attacking player, not too fast. 23 passes a match. It's okay for a player that would normally be crossing, but now he's playing through the middle. I think that's maybe why the average pass rate is a little bit lower. But I would say Lingard is in for a very good shout. Maybe not a +4, maybe like a +2 or 3, but a +4 would be fantastic. Up next, we're looking at the first defender that I'm looking to get an upgrade, and that would be Otamendi. I think this guy's going to go a little bit under the radar because actually he's been playing really, really well, but I mean, he's playing really, really well in a team that aren't having too many defensive troubles anyway. They are conceding a few at the moment, not fantastic. But Otamendi, definitely, I think, in with a shout for an upgrade. I've boosted him up by 2, again, because then it affects the informs. Because if he only goes to an 84, his 85 and 86 informs don't get upgraded. So I bumped him up to an 85, which could still very plausibly happen. He's playing out of his skin right now. He's actually got the most successful passes in the Premier League out of every player with an average of 92 per game, which is crazy. That's really, really good from a centre-back as well. Fantastic stats. That's the Pep Guardiola effect, I think, really coming into play for him. He's got himself 4 goals, 2 of which are headers. So I'd expect a big boost in his physical stats and his heading accuracy and stuff. Even his shooting a little bit. I bumped that up to 60, which is what his 85 currently rated centre-back card has got. But also that 87, if the 86 does get bumped up to an 87, that looks really, really good. Throw something like a catalyst on that. You're looking at around just under or around 80 pace, which is fantastic. And the same for passing. Plus 89 defense and 87 physical already, that card is really, really viable and actually would do a really good job for you. So if you have the links to sort of throw in an Argentinian player, which there aren't too many links at the back, but also the links to throw in a BPL player, namely Man City, if you've got an Edison or you've got like a Walker at right back, that will be a really, really viable card and I think will actually do some really good work for you. So like I said, 4 goals, no assists, but 34 tackles a game, which is pretty good, again, in a side that's not having to defend too much. Interesting to note that Bruyne has actually made more tackles than him, maybe showing how high up the pitch the ball is being won back by Man City. And like I said, an average of 92 passes per game, which is the highest average, and also he does have the highest passing stat. Okay, 5th player, somebody that cannot be missed off this list. It's Mo Salah. If he does not get an upgrade, there is something wrong with this promo. So Salah has got to get an upgrade. I bumped him up to an 85 at the least. You know, he could go to an 86. They won't do that. I don't think they'll do they'll bump him up that high. But if they just bump him up by 1, I think it's a real waste. It doesn't affect any of his informs if they do that, and I massively think they'll be missing out. So I've bumped him up to an 85 because I think that is what he deserves at the least. So 85 rated. So his cards there are the same as what his current hero card are at. As you can see, the hero cards then all kind of bump through. That one to watch will be absolutely ridiculous. I reckon he's going to get at least another inform before the season's out, before his potential team of the season, which again, if he keeps up this kind of display the way he's doing, he's going to get himself a team of the season without a doubt. So I reckon Mo Salah definitely in for a shout here. That striker card looks absolutely disgusting. And talking of striker cards, again, I don't think the upgrade will happen for them, but his Player of the Month card looks absolutely filthy. It really makes me wish, just looking at it like that I'd done it. His 88 card already looks insane. But the other reason I don't think his 88 card will go up is because it's technically not affected. It doesn't, like an 87 then doesn't become an 88 to have to push it up. So if anything, that Salah card, that 89 is not going to happen unless Salah goes to an 86 and they decide to do non-tradables. But I threw it in there just because I was starting making it and thinking, that looks really, really good. So kind of ignore that. That won't happen. But the player refresh, rating refresh, Salah has got to happen. It's well deserved. So 17 goals and 5 assists. So he's actually contributed to more goals than I think any other player in the league right now. So again, just showing how valuable he is. An average 27 passes per game, playing down the middle and not putting too many crosses in. He's doing obviously some to get the assists, but not putting too many in shows in that stat. But he's obviously getting assists, so the passes he's making are obviously very good. Only 3 tackles, but again, an attacking player that's not going to throw too many tackles in. But that card would be insane. And the last card for today, one of the most underrated players currently, I think, in the Premier League, that is Raheem Sterling, currently sitting at an 82. I reckon he could be bumped up by maybe 2 to put him at an 84. I wouldn't say he's quite playing as well maybe as Salah, but he's playing near enough as well. I think he's playing very, very good football and is really giving himself a good shout to push towards a potential team of the season this year, which I don't think we've ever seen a team of the season Sterling. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the top of my head right now. But if he does go to an 84, it does only affect his 84 rated inform. So the 84 card I predicted to have the same stats as the 84 inform. And the 85 does go up and looks really, really nice. That small boost to shooting and to the tiny little boost to passing and physical I think will be nice. But it does keep him just under that 86, which obviously wouldn't get a boost. He's got himself 14 goals, 4 assists, an average of 36 passes per match and 10 tackles, just showing again the Guardiola effect of everyone getting involved, everyone keeping the ball tiki-taka, keeping it moving, but also the defence starting really, really high up the pitch. But I think Sterling in for a definite shout for a ratings refresh. So there it is, guys. Those are the players I have predicted for a ratings refresh. If you agree with me, then leave a like on the video and leave a comment to let me know which players you agree with. Am I being a bit too crazy with some of these ratings? Am I pushing people up a little bit more? Am I putting players in that don't deserve it? But as I said before, comment in the comment section below for a team or a league or whatever, players that you think I should maybe show my opinion on upgrades, downgrades, whatever it is you want to see. Let me know in the comment section down below. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you want to see more of these, like I said, let me know. Leave a like on the video. If we can smash maybe 10 likes, then I will try and upload another one of these fairly soon. I've got another bunch of videos that I'm either recording or I've got ready to edit and stuff to keep up this content and keep it nice and consistent for you guys. I'm trying to, this week at least, hopefully you're realising, I'm trying to do a video pretty much every single day. At the moment, I'm keeping to that. And today, there's actually 2 videos. So hopefully you've enjoyed that too. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. And of course, look after yourselves, guys. See you later.